So this might be too soon, but are you guys going to do a small theatrical release, or do you know yet, or?
Well, that would be the ideal. I mean, Is It Just Me did get a limited theatrical release. I got a New York theatrical release. I have a very good feeling that it'll have some kind of limited theatrical.
Yeah.
It'll definitely do the festival circuits. And the goal is to do the festival circuits starting as soon as it's done. Hopefully, maybe as early maybe as March. Maybe April, depending on the which one's coming up first. Do that. It'll be doing that throughout the the spring and the summer and then the fall, and it'll have a similar release as to Is It Just Me? Maybe not necessarily the same date, but just a pre-holiday release, and come out, roll out just the same fashion and way. And if it does have any theatrical post festivals, it'll be right before the DVD and VOD release.
Awesome.
Those festivals, that's a lot of traveling.
Yes.
For you guys.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
But going to Hawaii and London, I mean, it's hard.
Good places, right? Are you guys going to be doing some press with the film as well?
Yeah. So we're told we're going to be doing, unless JC decides otherwise.
After
this interview.
Oh,
well, can I say something?
Right.
This is the first press for these two guys for this film.
This is
so
true.
You guys are
doing a wonderful job.
You guys are
wonderful
doing
job.
Amazing.
You're really fielding the questions well.
So thank you for breaking us in.
Yes.
You do travel a lot with the films. I mean, we were in Boston and Philadelphia and Hawaii, which is, it's like I was joking earlier about traveling there. So it's great travel,
Detroit.
Amazing.
Detroit. That was
Love
actually
Detroit.
fun. The Detroit Independent Film Festival. We actually won
Which
Best
one?
Feature at that film festival last year for Is It Just Me? And we won in Hawaii. And so you do travel, but it's great. I mean, you get to see other filmmakers and other films and travel around to cities you've never been to before, but you're there pushing your film. And so it's a little bit different. I mean, you're not going... You would think you get to see more of the city when you're there, but you're so consumed with festival stuff that you don't really get to. But just that experience of you're going and you're pushing your film, and you get to see, after you've seen the film like 15 times, you don't really sit in on it. But what you do is you sort of watch the audience's reaction, and that's a cool experience. You get to see how each audience reacts differently to the same laugh, the same joke, the same sentimental moment. And it just really is really a neat experience just to kind of absorb that. And then you do a Q&A after each one. So they want you there for that experience. And then most people will stay and ask a lot of questions. And it's a really neat experience for them. And it ends up being a neat experience for us as filmmakers and actors.
Well, I could see for you, Nick, it would be different watching the film, because when you're acting in the film, I know, if anything we see on ourselves, we're really critiquing our own acting. And for you, you are able just to watch the film, like the final project, as opposed to watching yourself and kind of critiquing your own acting and the movie at the same time.
Right, yeah, you do. I mean, and with Is It Just Me, not being a producer, it really was just going into it as an actor and sort of seeing it later on, once it was more done. Now I'm seeing every step of the way. I'm seeing the rough cut. I'm looking at different types of music. And so I'm putting myself in that position because I want to learn it, so I'm there every time a new element comes into it. So I'm seeing it pieced together. But you're right, not being in it and not watching that performance and just seeing it as a whole piece is a different experience, and it's one that's really enjoyable.
I mean, for you guys, it has to be a little different, because for a film that it's more of an independent film and it's more of a smaller film, for you guys actually to be involved in the way you are. I mean, because in bigger films, it's just, they just throw it out and they're done. But for independent films, they really try, and you go to a lot of press for it, and you really try to get to a lot of questions, and you really spend time with the fans, and it's just a different experience. I think for you guys, this has to be really fun.
Yeah, and we're just starting that kind of journey of this film. I mean, like Nick said, this is our first interview, so the more we get along in that process, the more we'll kind of learn about that. But I think it's exciting. I think it's going to be pretty cool to once we see the finished movie, then to get out there and kind of give it some legs, or try to give it some legs, and help push it to people and help get it out there and see what the audience thinks and all that, and being part of that process rather than just reading about it when the numbers come out, or however it works.
I heard Hawaii and I was
You were sold right away, right?
Yeah, super
we
on board.
can talk about what we're gonna do in Hawaii, what's what we're gonna eat.
Are y'all nervous about the final projects? I mean, seeing something for the first time is scary, if anything.
I'm not nervous about what the result will be. I'm confident that JC made a good film and that Noah did a great job, and I am kind of okay, and I can I memorize my lines. I mean,
No, don't sell yourself short. You were pretty good.
all right.
No, you were amazing. You were amazing.
Thank you. And in that regard, no, I'm not worried about that. I am probably one of those actors, like you said, like you touched on earlier, that watching your performance, it can be a little, you can sometimes get a little hypercritical on yourself. So I definitely fall in that category of actor. Some do, some don't. So as far as that might be a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, but we're all our biggest like critics.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think.
a little. It's the worst. I'm the worst.
Are you okay? Say you're like that too.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it works
hate
because you
watching
guys
myself.
definitely seem to have a good like chemistry.
Yeah,
It's like a
you play
good,
off
you
each
guys
other
can banter back and forth, and you guys seem to get along well, which is always nice.
Yeah.
It helps, I guess, when you like your other
We only had a few
co-star.
fights.
Well, that really shows up on camera too. I know
screen,
I'm talking about stuff that they haven't fully seen yet, so it sounds a little bit like I got an inside secret. But I guess that's one of the benefits of
Being on this side of
being on this side. But yeah, but the chemistry really comes through really nicely for you two, and it is really good chemistry. And that really, I think, can make or break a film. It can make or break a performance. And I think it's one of the things that JC really set out when he was casting the film. He needed to find people that he could have come together and you would believe it. That's why he did the same sort of thing he did with Is It Just Me? He did the audition process, and then he did the chemistry read process after that. And I think that's really vital for any type of, casting, because, he saw two people that he felt had something and that could bring that to, the camera. And you guys really did. So I applaud you on that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah. What's interesting is during the audition process for the film, there was the initial audition and then chemistry reads. And the funny thing is, Houston and I didn't read together during the first round of chemistry reads. I read with I don't know how many other people. And then we had another...
You read with other
I read
people
with
playing Marshall?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Oh, surprise! This is a
You weren't
fun
the
turn
first.
of events
Yeah.
right here.
Dun, 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 dun.
And
I thought I was the first.
none of them were you.
Aww.
See how I
Sweet
turned
as
that around?
Noah. Yeah,
That's-
you did.
I think you
That was
just-
masterful.
Thank
That was
you.
Brought it all the way
charming.
back to him.
So charming.
Masterfully done.
That works. All right, so we have 2 minutes left. It'll be 50 minutes. Over.
Oh,
like
2
that.
minutes. Well, then let's maybe just
Yeah.
wrap it up with, thank you guys so much for having us on. It's really
Anytime.
important to have this kind of attention to the films that we've done and we're doing. And Is It Just Me? It's available on Netflix as well, on iTunes and Amazon.com and TLA and many other places you can find it online and VOD. And eCupid is going to be hitting the festival circuits this year, going to several cities. I think Is It Just Me was in about 45 or 50 film festivals. So I have every confidence that eCupid will be in at least that. Just from the attention from Is It Just Me, and because it's a great film. And then it'll be going to like the early late fall. It'll be either limited theatrical and then definitely into pre-holiday release, DVD, VOD. And follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/isitjustme and eCupid the movie. And then there's websites as well, and you can keep up there on all the happenings of the film and what's going on from Facebook.
Awesome. Very cool.
Anything, Noah or Houston, to
You like
No,
Yeah,
I
you
have to
guys
say
cussing
that I'm very thank you for having us. This was a great
Absolutely.
first interview.
Of course.
And go Bears.
Yes. She'll love you forever. Now.
Ever.
Go
really
go Browns in 2011. In case anyone from Ohio is listening
Is
to
it
me.
Cleveland?
Yes,
Good
Cleveland
job,
Browns.
Donnie.
Yeah.
You got one.
You're wearing off on me. So, all right. Well, that is the show. I'm your host, Donnie Meacham,
And I'm Rebecca Tripp.
and this is Noah.
Signing off.
This is you.
Peace out.
See, I like how Houston knew who he was. This is you. And this is Nicholas.
Thank you all very much.
And JC says, bye from the lobby.
Bye from the lobby.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. And just remember, what makes you different makes you beautiful.
Oh, that was good.
That's nice, right?
You're listening to Outspoken Radio with Donnie and friends, right here on LA Talk Radio.